Throughout history, wars have shaped destinies, and in every battle there were those who became silent legends. Warriors with deadly precision, capable of changing the course of a conflict with a single shot. Today, you will meet the 10 most lethal snipers of all time, and the story behind each trigger. Semyon Nomokonov. In the frozen heart of Siberia, long before holding a war rifle, Semyon Nomokonov was just a hunter. An Evank man born in 1900, accustomed to living off the forest, tracking footprints in the snow, and reading the silence of the taiga like an open book. When World War II called, he was already over 40 years old. He joined the army not as a shooter, but as a combat medic. Fate, however, had other plans. During an attack, a commander saw his skill with a rifle, and that day, Semyon traded his first aid kit for a Mosin Nagant. In no time, he would become known as the shaman of the taiga. With infinite patience, he would wait for hours for the perfect opportunity. Each enemy taken down was marked with a small notch on his pipe, a silent ritual to record the 367 confirmed kills he accumulated throughout the conflict. He never boasted. For Semyon, it was never about glory. It was about protecting his land. He died in 1973, leaving behind a legacy of a man who mastered the art of waiting and never missing. Nikolai Galushkin. In the relentless winter of the Eastern Front, a man named Nikolai Galushkin became the terror of German soldiers. Born in 1921, he joined the Red Army like many others, but soon stood out for his composure and precision in aiming. Galushkin was not just a fast shooter, he was calculating. He observed, measured the distance, and only fired when he was certain. Throughout the war, he amassed 418 confirmed kills, numbers that place him among the most lethal snipers in history. He was nominated twice for the title of Hero of the Soviet Union, but due to bureaucratic and political reasons, the honor only came decades later during the Russian Federation. His comrades said he seemed to feel the exact moment to pull the trigger, as if he could anticipate the enemy's movement. Nikolai Galushkin survived the war, but forever carried the silent weight of every target he took down. A man who fought not to be remembered, but to fulfill the mission until the end. Stepan Petrenko. The year was 1941. Nazi Germany was advancing over Soviet territory, and the battles were becoming increasingly bloody. Among the thousands of soldiers in the Red Army, one name began to stand out for his precision and discipline: Stepan Petrenko. Petrenko had a rare gift. He didn't just shoot, he hunted. He knew how to use the terrain, vegetation, and even the weather to his advantage. Throughout the war, he amassed 422 confirmed kills, becoming a lethal shadow on the Eastern Front. In 1945, he was awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union, the highest military decoration in the country. Comrades said Petrenko could wait an entire day for the perfect opportunity, and when it came, a single shot was enough. Petrenko ended his journey as he began it, in silence. but in the history of snipers, his name echoes as one of the great masters of the invisible war. Vasily Golosov. In the heat and ice of World War II battles, Vasily Golosov stood out not only for his precision, but for the target he most sought: other snipers. Born in 1911, Golosov joined the Red Army as an ordinary soldier, but quickly proved that his aim was deadly. Throughout his career on the front, he amassed 422 confirmed kills, including around 70 enemy elite marksmen. His work as a counter-sniper made him feared. He hunted the hunters. Golosov operated with extreme calm, moving between positions, never staying in the same spot for too long. This mobility saved his life countless times, but not the last. During a counter-sniper mission, he was fatally shot. His death did not erase his legacy. On the contrary, to this day, Vasily Golosov is remembered as the man who faced and defeated the most dangerous marksman the war had ever produced. Fedir Dyachenko. Among the ranks of the Red Army, there were snipers famous for their daring feats, and there were those who became legends for their meticulous precision. Fedir Dyachenko, born in Ukraine, was of the latter kind. Calm, calculating, and disciplined, Dyachenko turned every shot into a study of patience and focus. His technique was not based on haste, but on perfection. Throughout World War II, he recorded 425 confirmed kills, earning the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. Comrades said he had an internal clock. He knew exactly when to wait and when to act. This composure allowed him to face intense combat and emerge unscathed from situations that would have killed most. Dyachenko ended the war as one of the most respected snipers on the Eastern Front. His story is not of flashy deeds, but of deadly consistency. A man who needed no fame to become eternal in military memory.
Fyodor Oklopkov. In the frozen depths of Siberia was born a man whose physical and mental endurance would become legendary. Fyodor Oklopkov, of Yakut origin, grew up accustomed to hunting in the forests and surviving in extreme conditions, skills that would later become his advantage on the battlefield. When World War II came, Oklopkov enlisted in the Red Army. On the Eastern Front, he quickly stood out as a sniper, amassing 429 confirmed kills. His marksmanship was only part of the story. What truly impressed was his ability to return to combat even after being wounded. In total, Fyodor was wounded 12 times, and in every case he returned to the front lines. This determination made him a symbol of courage and resilience for his comrades. After the war, he received numerous decorations and the eternal respect of veterans. For many, Fyodor Oklopkov was not just a sniper. He was the embodiment of a warrior who never surrendered. Nikolai Ilyin. In the Battle of Stalingrad, where every street was a killing ground, one name emerged as a symbol of precision and cold blood. Nikolai Ilyin, born in 1922, joined the Red Army during one of the darkest periods of World War II. Ilyin possessed a natural talent for shooting, combined with unshakable courage. In the ruins of Stalingrad, Ilyin turned broken windows, wall holes, and debris into nearly invisible sniper nests.
Throughout his short but intense career, he amassed 494 confirmed kills. Even in the face of the battle's brutality, Ilyin remained focused, patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity. His work was silent, but his impact was devastating. In August 1943, during an offensive, Nikolai Ilyin was killed in action. He was only 21 years old. His career as a sniper lasted just over a year, but his name remains one of the most lethal and respected in military history. Ivan Sidorenko. Some snipers were born from formal training, others from necessity and intuition. Ivan Sidorenko was one of those men. Born in 1919, he began World War II as an artilleryman, but his natural talent for precision shooting soon changed his fate. With no formal training at first, Sidorenko taught himself the art of camouflage, the perfect shot, and deadly patience. Over time, he not only amassed around 500 confirmed kills, but also became an elite instructor, training dozens of new snipers for the Red Army. His operations were meticulous. He studied the battlefield like a chessboard and positioned himself to control the entire area, preventing enemy advances. Ivan Sidorenko survived the war and, even without seeking recognition, became a legend among Soviet marksmen. For many, he was not just a silent executioner, but the teacher of an entire generation of ghosts of the front. Before we move on, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of the upcoming stories and will help us keep bringing forgotten legends into the crosshairs of history. Simo Häyhä. In the winter of 1939, covered Finland with a blanket of snow. In the white silence of the forests, one man became the nightmare of the Red Army. Simo Häyhä, his nickname given by the Soviets, summed up his reputation: the White Death. Small in stature but immense in skill, Simo used only iron sights. This prevented the glare that could give away his position and kept the lenses from freezing. Dressed in snow camouflage, he blended completely into the environment. During the Winter War, in just over 100 days, Simo recorded 505 confirmed kills, many at impressive distances. And he did it without haste, moving from position to position like a shadow. In March 1940, he was severely wounded in the face by a rifle shot. He spent months recovering and survived. He lived until 2002, becoming a living legend for his people. Simo Häyhä was not just a sniper. He was the embodiment of patience, precision, and perfect camouflage. Vasily Golosov. In the vast mountains of Georgia was born a man destined to become the most lethal sniper in documented history. Vasily Golosov, a natural-born hunter, traded a simple life for war when the call of the Red Army echoed. From the beginning of World War II, Golosov displayed a deadly combination of patience, precision, and battlefield awareness. He didn't just wait for the enemy, he lured them in, creating ambushes and traps that became his trademark. Throughout the conflict, he recorded 517 confirmed kills, surpassing all other known snipers. But his feats were never accompanied by showmanship. Golosov was reserved, preferring to let his results speak for themselves. Despite such lethality, he survived the war and returned to his homeland. There, he lived out the rest of his days, far from cameras and spotlights, but with the eternal respect of those who knew his story. Gvanchetiradze, the Georgian ghost who wrote his name into the crosshairs of history.